Hi, and welcome back to Foundations for Emails. In this video, I'm going to discuss very briefly some of the typography that you are going to be working with within your email blast. So the standard rules of any basic HTML file will also apply to your eBlast. An important thing I want to get out right away is that you cannot self-host fonts within an email. So as now you can use like a Google font and things like that, you can't sell in your website. You're not hosting these anywhere. So you can't self-host a web font. So your typography gets a little bit limited when working with an email. So it's best to just keep your type clean, clear, and concise. If you need to use a special font or want to use some special interesting typography, then you're likely going to have to work with an image and an alt tag. So let's get started by adding some type to our eBlast. So I'm going to navigate down to, I have an image here. That's that clothing rack. So I'm just still within my table head. I can go ahead and add an H1 class, which is my header. This is the biggest header. Save that, refresh. And you can see there is my typography. This is the biggest header. So I may want to put a little break tag here just so it's not hyphenating. There, this is the biggest header. So that's your H1. Again, I can change it with an H2 and down to H6. Make it a little smaller, so those all work. Your paragraph tags. Here's my paragraph. So that's your standard typography, nothing new, nothing exciting. You can add inline styles if you would like right here, or you can add them also within your Foundations for Email CSS. So I say color red. And I can change color, I can change the font. Be aware that, again, you cannot self-host fonts. So it's going to default to this Arial, Arial Helvetica. If you're confused at what web-safe fonts are, there are a list on W3 Schools, your basics like Arial Helvetica, Times New Roman, Tahoma, Lucida. If you jump into, say, an Outlook email and you look to change the type in your emails in that, then you can see those are some of the emails or the fonts that come by default. So whenever you're styling and working, you want to make sure that anything that is text that is meant to be read is in HTML text. Do not put really important things in an image. If you put them in an image, make sure you use an alt text, but be aware that a lot of email clients will block images, so your email should be read even if the images get blocked. So a user should be able to get the point of your email even if the images don't come through. Keep that in your mind. That's something super important. A handy reference for your typography off of Foundations for Emails. If you go into typography, they do give you a nice table which breaks down the default sizes of your headers, so 34 down to 18 from an H1 to an H6. You can also set something to be a smaller header. It looks like that. So those are some of your very basic H1 through H6. In case you're concerned about what is my default size, they do give that to you. So, and then the paragraph is, I believe, 16 pixels by default. Another typography thing that you can work with within your email is called a callout. So a callout just has a special look and feel to it. You may want to call out your most important thing. So what that looks like within your code is, so after I got done with the end of this stuff, here's my end of row. I created a new table. It has a class of callouts, table body, table row, table head, callout, inner, primary. You can have primary and secondary callouts. Here is my new row. And then I get this whole row is a callout. So what does those callouts look by default? It just highlights this whole thing in blue. It calls it out. It's a little bit more special. The whole row is, you can apply these to smaller things, but I took one that makes a whole row special. You can also have smaller, so if you wanted to have 3 columns, 2 columns, you can do that with using your column classes and just simply calling them a call out to make it a little highlighted and more special. It's similar to something like a Jumbotron. If you're familiar with working with those, that's what a call out is. So any text in here becomes more special. It's a call out. I can again work with those H1, H2, paragraph styles. So that highlights it. So this is primary, which makes it blue. I can also make it a secondary. And that makes that the contextual color of gray. So that's what a call out is. It gives it a little bit of a highlight. It gives it this border. It becomes more special. So the callouts are another typography default build-in, whatever you want to call it, within Foundation for email. That's just another thing you can put into your toolbox as far as layout and design of your email. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.